ashamed of themselves. Because I watched that fight. I've seen Bella's other fights. I'm like, man, I don't know. And this is this is my thing. It's not everybody. My number one indicator that they are not ready for the UFC is distant management. Other people have other criteria. My number one thing is distant management. If they can't control the distance when striking and get out of the way of the punches and know when to come in, because when you don't have experience and you're in there and the bullets are live and the lights are hot and you're just kind of standing there and can't engage and have the experience to know when to go, when to come in, when to go, and then mix up your striking to the wrestling, to the grappling, you're not ready for a high level. And with 4 fights, you shouldn't be. Most people aren't. Matter of fact, 99% of the roster is not. But we can't make this rule, we can't make the rule the exception. There's going to be a few people that you can reference, go, well, this guy came off Dana White Contender Series, only had 4 fights. Look at him. I hear you. But that's not the way you fucking do it. It's not the way you do it. If Bellamere, hear me out, and I'd love to hear the argument. I wish this was live for you guys. I'd love to hear the argument. What is the downside of having every single motherfucker that comes through Dana White Contender Series a minimum of 10 professional fights? If I'm managing a fighter, boxing does this pretty well. If I'm managing a fighter, their first 10 fights, they're going to get just a wrestler, a heavy wrestler, how they deal with that. I'm going to get just a jiu-jitsu submission, dangerous submission art. They're going to deal with that. So they pass those tests. Then I'm going to give them a straight monster striker, how they deal with the, with the distance, gauging the distance. How do they do when they get hit, when they get kicked? They're seeing different variants of mixed martial arts. But I'm specializing it in the first 5 fights, really. First 5 fights. We have background. You just can't shoot in. Let's work on, now this fight, let's work on your distant management. Let's not rush in. Let's set things up. I want you to work on your left hook here. I want you to work on jab. I want you to work on body shots. I want you to transition to a jab to a takedown like George St. Pierre. Let's work on that this fight. And that's all we're going to work on. Let's work on, I just want you to win by rear naked choke. So when you get him down, let's work on transition to the back and see how you deal with that. You have to. But this is an overwhelming problem in professional sports, especially in mixed martial arts in the UFC. So if you're watching this, you're like, I don't get it. Don't they have the same like agents and managers as NFL, NBA? No. So if you're watching this and you decided you wanted to fucking manage fighters, you could do it. There is no barrier for entry. I could have, if I decide to fight right now, if I called the UFC, said, unfreeze my contract, I still have fucking 3 fights left, whether you believe that. I call and I go, hey, I'm ready to go. I'm entering the testing protocol. Give me a fucking fight. I'm going to start Cyril Gane. They go, cool, who's your manager? I could straight up go Chin.
Let's do it.
I could straight up go Brian Callen. Who's your manager? Theo Vaughn? Okay. What's their background? Cool dudes that enjoy watching the sport. But if I'm in the NFL, in order to be an NFL agent or manager, you have to have a law degree. You would have to pass the bar. You'd have to have some fucking knowledge of contracts. I know she just lost to another girl who's 4-1. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. You weren't supposed to see her. You weren't supposed to see this. You weren't supposed to see these struggles. You're not supposed to. Shame on her management. Shame on Frank Mir. Shame on Dana White. Shame on Dana White Contender Series. And part of the problem, too, is the casuals will eat this up. I watched Dana White Contender Series. Listen, it is what it is. They're getting paid by the man, and I know they're prisoners of the moment. They go, man, insert whoever. I'd love to see him against Michael Morales. The fuck you just say? Well, hold on. The guy that struggled in Dana White Contender Series but won by rear naked, you want to see him go against fucking Mike? Are you out of your mind? But again, that's this narrative. And the fan base goes, yeah, I'd like to see him too. That guy's not on the same fucking planet as Michael Morales. Let's see how he stacks up against Islam. I just want, and I love Lorisenko and the people that do the comedy. What the fuck are you talking about? What do you mean? This guy with 4 fights? He has so much work to do. We shouldn't be seeing this right now. This should be on a regional circuit, and the trolls of the underground should be talking about him. And there can be a narrative of like, man, he keeps going. I'd love to see him in the division. But you're talking about UFC heads, people that know ball, pushing this narrative. Man, I'd love to see them in the top 5. Man, I'd put them in the top 8 right now. Are you out of your motherfucking mind? You're fucking everybody over. Because then the fan base goes, yeah, let's fast forward this poor kid. Let's see Bellam. Oh my God, I'd love to see Bellamere versus Kayla Harrison. What the fuck are we talking about? You're part of the problem. All of you are part of the motherfucking problem. You're caught in the system, and these poor fighters are suffering from it. You should be ashamed of your fucking selves. It happens non-stop. There's so much talent probably working at fucking Starbucks, selling houses right now because they're pushed too soon, too fast by the narrative that you guys make and the industry makes. And it fucked their careers up. Because you want to fast forward, because the business wants to fast forward, because it's fast food packaged at a fucking steakhouse, and y'all and the commentators like, love to see him in the top 5. What the fuck are we doing? What are we talking about? Why can't this be something separate? Why can't we invest in the longevity of a fighter's career? Because we know damn well they ain't being paid enough, but y'all want to fast forward them. Take Gable Stevenson if you want. Great wrestling credentials. He's not ready. He is not ready. Now imagine if Gable Stevenson was in Dana White Contender Series and maybe once a month as a heavyweight, because he's starching dudes, he's defending his heavyweight title in Dana White Contender Series, and he has 10 fights there, and he's whooping everybody's ass. Then he goes to the UFC. And why is that good? Well, because if you're 10-0 in Dana White Contender Series and you have a belt there, and then you go over to the UFC, now you're ready for all comers. Now you're not getting paid 15-15, 25-25 to fight the top 10, the top 5. It is still a business. When you fight these high-ranked guys, you want to be paid like you're fighting high-ranked guys. But y'all have your uncle as your manager. Y'all have your brother-in-law as your manager who doesn't know ball.
Brendan Schaub is literally redacted. So he went off on Dana White, and of course, he humiliated himself. Distant management? What? And here's the weirdest thing about Schaub. After that, he said distance. He said the word correctly afterwards, but then kept saying distant management. I was like, wait a minute. At first, I didn't know what he was saying. Like, was he trashing her management team? Or then it dawned on, is he trying to say distance management? Oh my God, he's so stupid. Another little tidbit. Did he say he still technically has 3 more fights on his UFC contract? Because didn't Schaub retire? So he might still have 3 fights on his contract. So even if Schaub wanted to fight again, would he be allowed to? I'm sure they wouldn't care. They might let him, but maybe not. Because he's talked so much shit, and especially in this as he's going off on Dana White. But he still has 3 more fights on his contract. Oof. But yeah, this is complete over-the-top Schaub. All the, over-the-topness by him is planned, but when he says distant management, he really is that redacted, people. He really is an idiot, sitting there in his short shorts in a fucking storage unit, crying about women's sports when I thought he didn't care about women's sports. about some chick on the Dana White thingy, and he's really mad at Dana. But then, oh, cool, Bubba. By the way, he's praying Dana sees this and smashes him back, so maybe he can get a little bit of relevancy. But then the second Dana White smashes him back, he'll immediately cuck himself and apologize and be like, "Can we be friends?" Every battle Schaub has ever had, he's lost and apologized and became a bitch, like with Ariel Hawani. So, but I mean, the shorts, it's enough. It's enough of the shorts. This is being done on purpose now. But he really said distant management. He really is that stupid. Oh, look at the UFC belt that Schaub claims the UFC sent to him when he really just paid $1,500 and had it delivered by Amazon. So why would you trash Dana White who sent you that belt personally, you redact? He's annoying, but let me know your thoughts in the comments.